Okay. Get the screen share. Let's see here. Okay, warm up here, guys. So we have an 8-minute warm up. The idea here is, quality reps. 8 minutes is a little while, so, you might kind of build into this thing, maybe the first round is a little slow, just kind of working out the kinks, and then it kind of gets a little more intense as you're warming up. So first movement is going to be, if we have a jump rope and somewhere to jump rope, we'll go ahead and work through 30 single skips. If not, we can sub that out with some jumping jacks. And then we're going to go, the second station is, we got some options, as you can see. There's 200-meter row, run, bike, whatever you have. If you don't have access to any of that stuff right now, you could just sub out the 200-meter run with 20 mountain climbers and 20 high knees. And then we're going to go ahead and work through some PVC Pass Throughs, or you could use like a broomstick or a band. Just remembering to keep those arms straight. And we're just going to go around for 10, like so. And then we're going to go inchworms with the push-up, so I'll show you that real quick. So we want to really work on getting those hamstrings open up in those shoulders. So I'm going to keep my legs straight, reach for the ground, walk out to a plank. I'll do a push-up, and then walk back to my hands, and then stand tall. And we'll work through 5 of those. And I got the clock right there in the background, so you guys we could see that 8-minute clock running there. Yeah, I think that's it. Any questions about, or does anyone need any scaling options there?
Corey, so that's 20 high knees plus 20 mountain climbers?
Yeah, that's going to sub out the 200 meters there.
Oh, it's the sub of the 200 meters.
Yeah, just in case.
Perfect.
I know it's early too, so it's like, I don't know if people want to go running around outside and all that. Cool. All right, I'll give us just like a minute to make sure we get anything that we need to get.
Is high knees just where we like basically run in place, but with our knees high?
Yeah, you're kind of like, you're trying to pull them up here.
Okay.
Trying to stay like on the balls of your feet.
Okay.
It's a little more aggressive running in place, pretty much. Okay. Let's see here. Is everybody good? Thumbs up, yeah. Daniel's got his jump rope. Cool. Okay, let's start this thing. We'll get the clock going here. Blood flowing. All right, guys. Here we go. 10 seconds. Woohoo! Breath here while I explain this workout. Remember, feel free to ask any questions as needed. Okay, so workout here. Just like every other day, we have if you like pretty much have any equipment option or without equipment. So here's what we have here. Very similar workouts. 20-minute AMRAP here. And 3 stations that we're just going to be rotating through. So something about today's workout is you'll notice the rep scheme is pretty manageable. So it's like 4, 8, 12 on the top or 8, 8, 12 on the bottom. So 20 minutes is a while, obviously. So we want to think of like, it could be tempting to just go really fast on that in the first, let's say 3 or 4 sets through that. But we want to think about kind of the long game here. So like if you were going to run for 20 minutes, you want to kind of build into that run, not start with the sprint and then kind of fade out halfway through. So kind of think of maybe how would you be working through this halfway through, try to imagine how that would be, and then kind of start with that pace. And then when you're hitting maybe minute 12, minute 14 or 16, and if you're feeling good and you got some extra gas in the tank, then just start putting on the putting the pedal to the metal at that point and just finish really strong. And I'll give us a few minutes to recover before we go to the extra credit stuff at the end. So if on the top there, if we have a pull-up bar, it would be 4 strict pull-ups. I realize that most of us probably don't. So, and if we have some dumbbells, what we could sub that out with is, or if you have rings, some people have rings hanging in their garage or something, you could do ring pull-ups. If we don't have those options, then we could do dumbbell rows for double the amount of reps. Unless we only have like 1 light dumbbell, let's maybe even do more than double the reps. So I can kind of help you figure that out. Maybe we need to do 12 reps. So I'll show you a couple options here with that. And then I'll show you with the odd object as well. So if I have like 1 heavy dumbbell, I could hold it like this, like horizontally. And I want to be in a bent over row position. So you could think of like Romanian deadlift position. So like soft knees, and then focus on squeezing those shoulders back and hinging from the hip. And then I'm going to pull towards the belly button and squeeze those shoulder blades together at the top. So that's going to be a little bit of a slower movement, obviously, compared to the other 2 movements, where we'll be able to kind of catch our breath a little bit. But we want to really think of contracting the back muscles there. Another option would be if I have 2 dumbbells, I can hold them like this, and I can do dumbbell rows to maybe make it a little more challenging. You can do 8 to 10. Kind of pick something where you think it'll start to get hard by like the last 2. Not in the beginning, but hard probably about halfway through. If we don't have any dumbbells, and also you can use like kettlebell or another weighted object. If you have a backpack or item that you could fill up with some weight, we could do rows with that. So I can just hold it horizontally, bent over, same position, and I'll be pulling and rowing, just like so. And then we're just going into 8 regular burpees today. So, just getting and thighs to the ground, making sure we get fully extended at the top. Just get that little jump off the ground. And you could use those to kind of even like adjust your speed based on how you feel at that moment. So you can always go quicker by just, jumping your feet out, jumping them back up. Or if you're getting tired, maybe jump your feet out and maybe step back up or something like that to kind of catch your breath a little bit. And then we're going to work those legs and glutes a little bit with some lunges. So today we want to hold, again, it kind of depends. If you only have like 1 light dumbbell, if you only have 1 light, or if you have like 2 dumbbells and they're really light, maybe hold both of them in the front rack. But if you have like something that's decent, like, 25, 35, somewhere in there, we want to hold it horizontal today. And then I'll show you how we're going to do these. So we're going to hold it horizontally across the chest. I want to keep my torso as tall as I can and step back. Touch that back knee on the ground, and then step forward. And I'm just going to work through those 12 reps. Or I could do the same thing with the backpack, except for I'll kind of hold it like this. It's called the Zerker hold. And then I'm going to step back same way, keeping that chest tall, really fighting to keep that backpack tall, and then bring those feet back together. And that'll be 1 round, and we're just going to chip away at it for 20 minutes. And we're going to track all the rounds and reps at the end. And I think that's kind of it. Does anybody, if you have any questions, just feel free to unmute and ask. And I'll give us a couple minutes to kind of maybe practice some of the movements and use the rest of the feet in and all that good stuff. Tests that we're going to retest at the end. So whether you put this score in Wodify or in your phone or whatever, it would be cool to keep track of it, because then when you retest, we could see the improvement. So if we have a dumbbell, there's one option here, which is 1 max effort set on your left arm and then your right arm of how many reps you can get. We want to have a weight that would allow us to at least get 5 reps or more. So, if we have a dumbbell that's too heavy to do that, then or if we just don't have a dumbbell, we could do this as a push-up test and basically a max effort set of push-ups. So like on the push-ups, the rule would be like, if you lay on the ground, obviously I would say your set is over. But if you stay like in a plank for a couple seconds and try to work out a couple more reps, I would count those, you know, until you just can't do another push-up basically. So just like one set. Same thing with the strict press. Just really want to focus on keeping that core tight, squeezing, keeping those legs locked out, and then just really press, get that strong finish at the top. And it'll be interesting with that one, especially to see like what your strength differences is left to right. And that's a standing strict press as well. So I will give you guys, you know, a few seconds here to kind of recoup a little bit. And then when you guys are ready, we'll hit this first test, and the next one will be even shorter. The idea is an L hang, or we could do an L sit. We have a way to do that. So, and ideally, an L is like where our legs are straight out. However, you'll notice in the notes it says we're looking for something that you can get at least for 10 seconds minimum. So we can modify if we don't think we could do that with like our legs straight out. We're just doing one static hold as long as you can. So one thing you could do, again, because I don't think anyone here has pull-up bars, you can use like 2 chairs or something kind of like that. I don't know if this will come through on the video very well, but I'll try to show you. I haven't tested this out, by the way, so see how it goes. Basically, I'll get my 2 chairs here, and I could either like hold my knees up like this or straight out to practice my L sit that way. So instead of a hanging one, it's just like a supported hold. And just make sure, like if I was gonna do it with my legs straight, I would make sure that I only count one variation. So like the legs are straight, if I only get 10 seconds, that's my score this time through. If I did it with bent knees and I got 20 seconds, just make sure to take note of any modification. If you don't have any way of doing that, an L sit, we could do a hollow body hold for as long as we can. And you could, same thing is like legs, if you do your legs and arms straight, you know, just put that in your notes so you could replicate it later when we retest it. And that's it. Yeah, the 2 chairs works pretty good.